So, Cuban cigars. I smoked that Cohiba on the boat that I picked up from Cozumel, and of course it didn't taste right. Nothing about it tasted right. It tasted, I compared it to a wine. If you have a wine and you let it sit around too long, it's going to, before it had vibrant flavors and everything was, good about it. It had depth, it had character. Well, over time, or being stored improperly, it's going to lose that, and it's going to drag itself down. And then you have a flat, bland, lifeless cigar. Of course it was fake. I have no doubt, and I have here a few cigars. Pulled the Cubans out of my humidor, and we're going to go over those and why I think all of them are fakes. So I smoked one of these Habanos, or Habano, whatever, they're fake. I smoked one of these Montecristos last night, and I do not think that they are real at all. I mean, it's got this kind of semi-official labeling, it's got this thing. It does not have a stamp. There should have been a stamp here with like a date or some kind of code to be able to connect it to a batch or something. It does not have that. It's got these pretty glossy stickers, which mean nothing. This is not even centered exactly correct. I mean, look at the spacing from here to here, then from here to here. Like it's not on there exact. It's very sloppily done. Then like even the cigars themselves. I'm gonna try to get it in focus. There we go. So look at the lettering. I mean, the lettering is not pretty. I mean, yeah, it's got some gloss to it, but it's not stamped well. It looks like, look at the offset, the little gold whatever that is in the center. Look how it's offset. It's not even lined up. The band, it just looks crappy. Even the leaves. Look at this missing spot. Discolorations. The cap looks pretty poor. I mean, not pretty poor, very poor. Let's see. We have another Montecristo Open Eagle. No idea what that is. Now, I did purchase this. It's got like some kind of certified Bahamas tobacco tax paid. I don't know, that cap still looks pretty crappy in there. And it also has discoloration. But it's not bad. It's probably the best out of the bunch. Feels mostly firm. Like, these are very light. They do not feel right. And especially these Cohibas that I've had for a while now. They do not seem right at all. It does have raised letters. And it's got, I mean, all the dot spacing seems to be fairly good. Where the band meets here in the back, that should line up almost seamlessly. It's cutting off the squares a little bit. Pretty sure it is on this one as well. Yeah, that one's really terribly lined up. I mean, it's just not a pretty cigar. That's a shame, because none of them are cheap. So, Romeo y Julieta, or Julieta, whatever, this part of the band, not only does it slide all around, or both bands, not a bad looking cigar, but the bands are just wacky. Look at the Habana and the Cuba, it doesn't even, like, it cuts off the C in Cuba. Clearly a fake. Montecristo with kind of a normal band that you would expect, but again, dances all around. I mean, it looks terrible. I mean, it looks very, very inferior, very terrible quality. No bueno. These aren't Cubans, but I did get these in the Bahamas too. Gray Cliffs. I've had these for a while, but there's just a difference when you, like a Rocky Patel. Like, this is a regular Rocky Patel. It's just rolled well. Label looks good, the printing looks good. I mean, it's just a pleasing to the eye cigar. These CAO Flathead 660 carbs are an excellent smoke, and they're American, you know, or not American, they're non-Cubans. Even though this cap is messed up, actually I might have done that. They're just well made, well proportioned, delicious, tons of flavor and character. Just a great smoke. So unfortunately, the reality is with Cuban cigars is there are more fake Cuban cigars, apparently even in Cuba, than there are real ones. And all the places in the islands, the Bahamas, it's all fake Cuban cigars. All of my cigars here, I'm pretty positive, like 95% positive, every single one of them is a fake. Now, it could have been rolled in Cuba, could have been rolled in the factory, and they used the scraps or whatever, but they are not. They're top quality, excellent, great tasting cigars. I mean, they're very, very muted, dull, musty, flat. I mean, this whole box, I mean, just the smell is old. It doesn't, there's no character to it. There's no power, and it should be rich, like, you know, like this. I mean, it's just rich. There's oil to the wrapper. There's depth. I mean, like, I can't wait to smoke this. These, I don't know. I might just give them away. I mean, I'll still smoke them. It's a cigar, but yeah. I mean, it's a real shame that all of these are fakes. So just be aware when you're traveling to the islands and you're looking for cigars, you are almost guaranteed to get a fake. I mean, it's, you know, don't say, oh, this all looks official, like it's got to be real. The likelihood of getting a real actual Cuban is very slim to none. I mean, you would have to go to an official, like the Habanos SA place or whatever. They're the ones that actually like distribute out of Cuba, something like that. You would have to like go to one of those official places and like get it straight from the factory or something. I don't know. I am still on the quest to find a real Cuban, just to say I've smoked a real Cuban. But you know, even sometimes the people who are selling Cuban cigars, they think they have real cigars they're selling, and they're not. They've been rebanded or reboxed, or they're fakes with real bands on it. I mean, they get Dominican or Nicaraguan cigars and put real bands on them and sell them for premium prices. So yeah, the quest continues, and now I got a whole bunch of Cuban cigars that I don't know. I don't know what to do with them. Just smoke them if you got them. Now let's find out what's in this cigar. So once again, the cigars that you get from a port, from some cruise ship port, are most likely going to be fake.